Good day, everyone. This is Essex Town Supervisor Ken Hughes coming to you from beautiful downtown Waylandsburg. A couple of points to make before the main reason for this message. Want to let you know that the Essex Town Council will be meeting tomorrow night at 6:30 at Town Hall. Unfortunately, we do not have enough space in the meeting room to allow for social distancing to take place, but you can attend remotely, virtually. If you go to www.essexnewyork.com, full details are there about how to attend remotely. And if you wish to submit any public comment, please send an email to townboard@townofessexny.gov, and we'll make sure that public information, we'll make sure your comments get into the public record. The main reason why I am talking to you today, and it doesn't matter whether you live in Essex or Essex County or even New York State or beyond, wherever you're watching this from, it's to talk about the 2020 census. Super important, done every 10 years. It's mandated in the Constitution of the United States. And the reason why I'm talking with you is if you have not done it yet, well, I should say if you have done it yet, kudos, bravo, thank you so very much for taking those few moments to get that done. If you have not done it yet, though, the time is ticking. And September 30th of this year is the deadline for that count. And so we want to make sure that you're counted. And there's a lot of reasons why every single person in Essex County, in New York State needs to be counted. Right now, the latest number I was given is that Essex County is at 38.8% counted. And that number is very, very low compared to this time back in 2010, the last time the census was taken. We were at a little higher number. So we're a little under where we want to be. And the reason why it's so important to do the census is because the population counts help direct funding to our areas, to our city, to our town of Essex, I should say, to the county as well. And so federal funding for things where money is allocated for schools, healthcare facilities, roads, even fire departments. And that's why I'm standing here right now, because we know all too well this month we have had some fires in Essex, and we have needed the Waylandsburg Fire Department to be involved. We've needed the Essex Fire Department and our neighbors to be involved to help put out these fires. And we want to make sure that they have as much opportunity to grant funding as possible to help them with the gear, with the equipment, with the infrastructure, with whatever they need, so that they can respond when we need them most. And certainly for our schools, we need money for our schools so that we can educate our children appropriately, especially now since funding is so challenging with the COVID-19 and budgeting. So we want to make sure that all of those opportunities to get counted are counted. And there are some opportunities locally. If you have not been counted yet and you don't have access to a computer, well, I should say, if you do have access to a computer, it's very easy. You want to go to 2020census.gov. 2020census.gov. It takes literally 5 minutes. I just did it a couple of weeks ago. They asked me for my address. They confirmed my address. They asked me for my for some demographic information. They asked me how many people were living in my house at that address on April 1st. The questions were super simple. No matter what language you speak, there is a translation for you. And if for some reason you can't get access to the internet, you can also call 844-330-2020. That's 844-330-2020. And if for some reason one of those two things, one of those two ways of being counted is not possible for you, the good news is I had just had a conversation with the Belden Noble Library in downtown Essex, and they received an iPad via a grant to help those who do not have internet. Any resident of Essex can make an appointment, and we will meet them outside the library. It'll take just minutes to do, and of course the count directly affects federal funding to the library for the next 10 years. And so we just want to make sure that you know that your local library is stepping up to help get counted. So online, 2020census.gov, the phone number, which was, I've forgotten, 844-330-2020, your local library, all those places are places where you can get counted. Now, if you're listening to this and you said, well, I live somewhere else part of the year, and I was already counted, well, it's worth noting that second homeowners also need to fill out the census for their second home. And there are instructions on how to do that if you go to 2020census.gov. So if you're a second homeowner in Essex, you want to make sure that you do go on and fill out the form for your second home and how to be counted there. And just a quick rundown of things that are direct benefits from this census population count: Medicare Part B, Pell Grants, Section 8 housing, Head Start, school lunch programs, so important right now for students. SNAP benefits, if you're on Supplemental Assistance Nutrition Program, if you receive SNAP benefits, that's affected. Unemployment insurance, disabled veterans, small business development centers, and as I mentioned, WIC, AmeriCorps, and assistance to fire departments like the Waylandburg Fire Department. So there is a huge benefit to being counted. And I encourage you to take the time to go and get that done. If you have any questions about it, you can always call my office and I'll be happy to direct you where you need to go. There has been one question that I want to make sure you're aware of. The question is, what happens if I do not fill out a census survey through the mail, online, or by phone? And the answer is this: non-response follow-up is scheduled to begin yesterday, August 11th, for those who have not yet responded. So this means that somebody, a volunteer, a local neighbor working for the Census Bureau, may be coming to your home to ask for that information personally. So in light of coronavirus and COVID-19, it would be great if you could fill it out online or make the call so that we don't have to put people in harm's way or in an uncomfortable position where they have to go door to door. So I guess that's it. That's my PSA. Go to 2020census.gov, fill out the census. Takes 5 easy minutes. It helps us out in immense ways, mostly financial, but we need every penny we can get to sustain the quality of life that we have. And certainly if there's anything I can do to support your efforts, please let me know. Ken Hughes, Essex Town Supervisor, available at 518-963-4287, extension 4, or supervisor at townofessexny.gov. Thanks again for your time. Stay safe out there. Thank you for all your efforts. You're doing a great job. Keep up the great work, and I'll see you soon. Have a good day.